Flashback a year ago, WM Phoenix Open, one of the indelible images that will be seared into your retinas going forward. I'm just going to say, Joel Dahmen is a bad influence. To get our man, Harry Higgs, to take the shirt off among the masses at the par 3 16th, and then chaos ensued. A look at Harry Higgs a season ago. 30 starts on the PGA Tour. Had that top 10 at the CJ Cup, 17 missed cuts, bunch of missed cuts to end the year. Had some struggles. Here was Harry this past November on the inconsistencies with his golf game.
I have had a lot of poor days and a lot of consecutive poor days. And then I've also had, not as many as I would like, but I've had some days that were great, where I had full control. I was making good decisions. I was kind of, as we all say, getting out of my own way. For the last probably 4, 5, 6 months, I show up to go. I'm preparing the same way. I'm probably borderline working too hard and too much at home and here. And a few too many times, almost all the time, I go on the first tee for a competitive round, and I don't really know what's going to happen, which is a really not fun place to be. So, long-winded answer, it's everywhere. But I know what the problem is. I'm too self-aware, too. Like, I know when it's going on, and I know when it's bad how I act, and I know when it's good how I act. So I'm going to get away from all of this and rest and relax and think about kind of how the last 2 days have gone and just kind of focus on a thing or two that is not my golf swing and not what club do I hit here, about how to continue to spiral upwards and give myself the best chance heading into the weekend.
So since that self-pep talk at Mayakoba, Harry Higgs' results on the PGA Tour has made 5 of his last 6 cuts. You see a couple top 25 finishes at the American Express, and the RSM Classic has started to turn things around on the PGA Tour.
And we're pleased to welcome in Harry Higgs right now. And Harry, we all know that tough Sundays are a feature of life on the PGA Tour, but you had a particularly tough Sunday a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, my beloved Philadelphia Eagles happened to maybe they shouldn't have, but they wound up losing a Super Bowl. It was a tough Sunday. Definitely a tougher Sunday than maybe shooting a couple under and getting passed up on the golf course. It was a tough result for us, but I was very proud of how they played all year long, and hopefully, looking into the future with Jalen Hurts as maybe a top 3 or 4 quarterback in the game, we can get back there.
Jalen Hurts is going to get a big payday. I like how you're welcoming in our guests. Hey, let's talk about that horrible Super Bowl defeat you just had to deal with 2 weeks ago.
He doesn't mention that he was in a house full of Chiefs fans at the same time.
You did kind of bury that, Harry.
it was tough. I grew up in Kansas City, so all of my high school buddies, my girlfriend, she's a Chiefs fan, her family. It was a tough one. There was a lot on the line, and unfortunately the Eagles fell just short. So they've got the bragging rights over me now for at least another year, and it's just hard because none of my knucklehead high school friends deserve Patrick Mahomes. He's too good for them. He's really too good for everybody. But sadly they have him, and more than likely they're going to play in and maybe win a few more Super Bowls between now and when Patrick Mahomes' career's over.
Harry, I went to Mizzou, a lot of Kansas City buddies, and they're just constantly chirping about Mahomes. And that's only going to go on for like the next decade, so not a big deal there. We've been talking.
Yeah, probably.
What were we going to say?
I was going to say, yeah, probably decade plus. He's probably going to play for another 15 years and win too many more Super Bowls.
We've been talking West Coast swing on the show and Florida swing. You just wrapped up one. You're getting ready for another. For the fan at home, how do you compare the two?
Well, it's nice to wear shorts. That West Coast swing was kind of cold, and this is now my 4th year on tour. This was kind of the worst weather that I'd had out west. Some cold, some very chilly mornings, some really pretty big winds, a lot of wind gusts, some rain delays and some stoppages and the like, and that just happens. We play an outdoor sport. Grass type's a little different. A lot of Bermuda. You got to kind of, where on the West Coast you may not have to practice your chipping as much leading into the week. You definitely have to do that here and kind of all the Florida events. But I'm it's 85 degrees and sunny here, light winds. I'm wearing shorts. I've got no complaints about being in Florida again.
Harry, you've been very open about the emotional roller coaster that comes with life in professional golf, not just during the course of a season, but even within the course of one round. Where do you feel as though you are in trying to maintain the equilibrium that you talked about finding last fall?
Yeah, great question, Eamon. I would say that I'm better where in the clip just before I came on, you know, I was doing it for maybe a day, day and a half. I feel like I've had in the last couple of weeks, 2.5, almost 3 days of like really good mental performance, really good, kind of really having a really good mindset. I definitely, the last couple of days at Pebble, now, you know, there's really no excuse for having a poor mindset, but it was my 4th week in a row, and it's a very challenging week with amateurs, and, you know, it's slow rounds, and we had some poor weather. I definitely let myself get a little too frustrated, even at the most simple, mundane things that shouldn't really ever frustrate you. And I did feel like it hurt my performance a little bit. So, you know, for me, it was just identifying that, you know, kicking myself in the rear end that I shouldn't give myself that excuse to then start acting like an immature child when I hit it, you know, just barely into a bunker. So, you know, I was aware of it. I didn't do a good enough job of snapping out of it. And that is definitely a focal point of this week and the next few weeks that I'll play. Like, no matter if you get tired, no matter if the, you know, winds kick up, no matter if the round's slow or you're running out of energy, you have to find a way to continue to give yourself the best chance. And for me, that's having a good mindset and being very accepting of any poor results or even results that aren't that poor, but you're just kind of bummed out your ball rolled into the rough, or, you know, go be a golfer, go be an athlete, and figure it out from there, find a way to shoot a score.
Harry, we've been talking a lot about the mental game. The old school ideal with, say, a Ben Hogan was dig it out of the dirt, and we always think of the solitary pursuit of the pro at the end of the range, grinding. For you to get back to this point where you've made 5 of your last 6 cuts, has it been a bigger grind from a mental or physical standpoint?
Definitely mental. We made it a point to practice less. I could definitely at times be the guy on a Tuesday like today where I'm out there until the sun sets on the driving range beating balls. And yes, that there is some benefit to that, but in the long run, I think it winds up hurting me more than anything else because it just exhausts me. I need my best Thursday through Sunday, and in a perfect world, you know, I get better each and every day from Thursday to Sunday. Thursday, maybe I'm not at my peak, and then Sunday I would be. And it was just very difficult for me to do that with all the time on task that I was doing, you know, spending a lot of time on the range, a lot of time on the putting green. I'm definitely just thinking about my attitude and my mindset a lot more. And you know, there's really no secret to it. It's just a choice. We've been saying constantly, I have to give myself the gift of a great mindset. There's no magic bullet that you just have to do it. It's a choice that you have to stick with, and it's a difficult choice, especially in the world we live in. It's obviously competitive. It's results-based, results-oriented. You want to see how you do, where you finish. You know, for me, I'm just trying my best to focus on. I'm trying my best to leave the golf course happy, regardless of the score I shot. Am I proud of my mindset and how I handled myself that day? And if the answer is yes, put a smile on my face. Walk back to the hotel or the house we're staying in, put my feet up, rest and relax, and get ready to do it again tomorrow.
You put smiles on a lot of faces last year, Harry, with that indelible burlesque routine with Joel Dahmen at the WM Phoenix Open. Joel was on the show a few months ago, and he said that the tour did discipline you guys after that. Is that the kind of thing the tour needs to kind of loosen up a little bit on and just let guys have fun a little bit more out there?
Well, I don't know what. Maybe Joel had a different punishment than me, but I didn't wind up writing a check to anybody at the tour. It was definitely threatened that at some point, you know, we may be fined and we may have to write a check to charity, but they didn't end up doing it. And part of me wants to say yes, Eamon, that they should let up and they should, you know, allow us to be ourselves and you know, show more of personality, but Joel and I would both admit we took it way, way too far. I was expecting and also like quite confident that we were going to be fined, and we didn't end up being fined, or at least I didn't. I And I feel like Joel would have told me if he was. But no, we took it a little too far. Now, in the moment on that hole, you never know what you're going to do. There's just so many people screaming and yelling at you. It's an arena that we do not see any other time of year at any other venue. So we kind of lost control of ourselves a little bit. But it was nice that it was viewed positively. I never would have thought playing professional golf that I would be at some point shirtless, whether or not for a long period or a short period. But yeah, we all know what happened. And it's, it was a way for Joel and I to show that we are one human and we are, enjoying this moment with all these people on 16 as well. It is really cool for us. And I think everybody feels the same way, but there's sometimes you get there and you can get a little distracted by all that goes on. And maybe you don't really want to even look up and wave or, celebrate a par or what have you. There's a lot of guys out here that do have fun and do have really great personalities that maybe don't show it as often as maybe I or Joel does. And I don't think there's anyone out here that would ever take it to this far of an extent that Joel and I did. So it was a one-time deal. I do not see myself or Joel ever doing it again. But I didn't play this year. Joel did. I didn't see him do anything fun. But next time that I'm in the field with him, I would imagine we may ask for a pairing together, and we come up with something fun to kind of bring back those memories, but we would definitely keep our clothes on for the entire time.
Well, it's like, where do you go from here? I've been covering the WM Phoenix Open a long time, Harry. It's not often I'm shocked, but you had me shocked. Thanks for sharing the memories with us.
Yeah, I was shocked too, to be honest with you, but it was a lot of fun.
Love it. Play well this week.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.